into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, South Africa. Welcome to it. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show with myself, Jamie Lee Domberg.
And of course, my name is Raul Demone. Thank you for joining us as we kickstart your week. And it's Monday and it's the 4th of May. Or as they say, May the 4th be with you.
I see what you did there.
You like that? Now, of course, all science fiction fans out there will know that today is Star Wars Day, where everyone around the globe celebrates one of the biggest movie franchises in history.
I love it. I love the energy. But it's also the start of another week, a brand new week and lockdown. And the Expresso team is here with your latest updates, recipe ideas and home fitness motivation. As you can see, we're already dressed for it. Now this morning, we've got a Muscle Monday workout for you, the perfect way to build strength at home without gym equipment. I already feel that we're going to be activating beast mode this morning, Monday.
You know it, it's Monday. We've got to work off those little blues that we picked up on the weekend, and we're going to get the bulk and the gains going. You know it? Now, of course, as we always asking you on social media, how has level 4 changed your day-to-day life? Are you working out more on your fitness goals, or maybe you've gone back to work? We want to know, and you got to let us know as usual using the hashtag EspressoShow.com. And we want to see what you guys have been up to on level 4. How's it been treating you, Jamie?
Stage 4, listen, Stage 4 has been good. I feel like I'm now more conscious about Stage 4 because it's not like it's the end of lockdown. So now I'm training my mind to be, we are still on lockdown. Yes, there's a few more things that we've changed.
I guess.
But yeah, I see you, Nature Boy, is back.
I finally got an opportunity. Unfortunately, we worked during the lockdown exercise time, but Saturday I made the chance to get out there, and it was magnificent. So I cannot wait for more of that. But there's so much more magic coming in the show. So we will see you guys a little bit later. But over to the news with Kukle Adams.
A very good morning to you, team. A good morning to you, South Africa. It's time for us to have the first look at the news headlines. Starting off with our national news, as South Africa's COVID-19 cases now sit at 6,783. The Western Cape remains the epicenter with 3,044 cases. 8 more deaths have been recorded, with 2 from the Western Cape, 4 from the Eastern Cape and 2 from Gauteng, bringing the number of total deaths to 131. As of 30th of April, more than 7,200,000 citizens have been screened, and from that community screening program, some 72,000 were referred for testing. Gauteng has 1,624 cases, followed by KwaZulu-Natal with 1,076. As the world commemorated World Press Freedom Day yesterday under the theme Journalism Without Fear or Favor, the spotlight fell on the extensive work done by journalists from across the globe who have been reporting on COVID-19. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organizations, or UNESCO, says this day should serve as to raise awareness and the importance of a free press and the invaluable role it plays in society. It says May 3 is a reminder to governments about the need to respect their commitment to press freedom. On to international news. North and South Korea yesterday exchanged gunfire in the demilitarized zone, which divides the two countries. Seoul's military said shots from the north hit a South Korean guard post. It said it returned fire and delivered a warning announcement. There were no reports of injuries, and this after just 24 hours since the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un reappeared after a 21-day absence. The South Korean military says it's not clear yet what led the North to open fire, whether it was an accident or deliberate. Madagascar on Saturday delivered a shipment of a herbal tea to Guinea-Bissau that President Andry Rajoelina has touted as a powerful miracle remedy against the novel coronavirus. Baptized COVID Organics, the drink is derived from Artemisia, a plant with proven efficacy in malaria treatment and other indigenous herbs. It has also been sent to Equatorial Guinea. The World Health Organization has said that the herbal tea's effects had not been tested and that there are no published scientific studies of the potion. And now a new study answers an age-old question about felines. As some people reluctantly enter day 38 of lockdown, there are, on the other hand, certain furry residents who thrive in this situation. There are feline friends who revel as they continue prowling the great outdoors in the present state of quietness. But have you ever wondered where cats go when we're not looking? Such questions have plagued the minds of cat fanciers since the time of the pharaohs. A team of researchers of the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences in the US has now answered the question. They placed GPS collars on the cats of willing volunteers, and after tracking the movements of some 900 cats for 6 years, they found surprisingly that by far the most spent their time within a mere 100 meters of their yard. The bottom line, cats are simply put universally lazy. Mystery solved. Take a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment as the widely popular satirical news show The Daily Show heads into the 6th week of airing outside its usual studio location in New York. Host, South African comedian Trevor Noah has reportedly told his 25 staffers that he will personally pay their salaries until they return to normal production. A source revealed that these are the people who have been on the show with Trevor since day one, and that he respects his crew tremendously and feels it's only right that they go through this together. This comes as the program, which has been temporarily renamed The Daily Social Distancing Show, extends its runtime from 30 to 45 minutes, the first time in its 24-year history that episodes are longer. That was your 7 o'clock news roundup. Right now, let's have the first look at the weather with Jamie.
Thank you so much, Kutle. Time to have a first look at the weather this morning. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. John Stevens Robertson sent us the spectacular sunrise picture of the sun casting golden hue over the town of George on the Garden Route. Now, George can expect a cloudy morning, but sunshine will return this afternoon with a high of 20 degrees. John says he tunes into the Expresso show every morning and has been using 5-liter water bottles as weights for basic exercise, as shown by our lockdown fitness expert Ryle. Keep up the good work, John. Now, we've also asked you to send in your pictures of your hometown. Anisha Dayanand sent us this picture from Durban, adding that she misses the beach the most during lockdown. Now, South Africa's playground can expect mostly cloudy with a couple of showers today, reaching a maximum temperature of 24 degrees. Thank you to both Anisha and John for sending through their pictures. Have a great start to the week. Now, most of the country can expect cool conditions today, starting with Polokwane. Sunny and pleasant conditions can be seen with a low of 10 peaking at 24. Umbombela, your range is 15 to 24 as well. Pretoria, 11, 24. Hazy sunshine can be expected for you, Johannesburg, with a minimum temperature of 9 peaking at 23 degrees, and then a light northeasterly breeze of 9 kilometers per hour expected for Mahikeng today with a minimum temperature of 10 peaking at 26. Klerksdorp, 10, 26, and then partly sunny conditions for Kimberley with a low of 6 and a high of 26. Bloemfontein, 5, 24. And then a couple of showers expected for Richards Bay today, ranging from 16 to 25 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, 11, 20. South Africa's playground Durban is a low of 18, peaking at 24. Occasional rain and drizzle expected for Umtata, ranging from 10 to 18 degrees. And then a moderate easterly breeze of 22 kilometers per hour and showers for East London with a minimum temperature of 13, peaking at 20. Craddock, 7, 22. And then cloudy with showers this morning and a breezy afternoon expected for Port Elizabeth with a low of 12, peaking at 20. George, 12, 20, and the coolest start to the day can be found in Sutherland with a low of 3 and a high of 18. Hazy sunshine expected for the mother city, Cape Town, with a low of 14, peaking at 21. Worcester, 8, 23, and the highest temperature in the country can be found in Uppington with a low of 9, peaking at 29. Now, being on lockdown does not mean we can't get to see this beautiful country we live in, so keep sending us through a picture or video of your town and we would show it live on the show. Make sure to include a picture of yourself and why you love your town so much. But of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself on this beautiful day, make this Monday count.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
You're tuned into your breakfast show where we are live, and each morning we bring you words of wisdom from prolific individuals. And this morning we would love you to meet Vivian Green, who is an artist, an author and entrepreneur who spreads her messages of greater love and awareness to everyone across the world. A line of greeting cards and comic strip called Kisses remind people to always invest in love, and that all that is real is seen with the heart. And this is what she once had to say.
Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. That's simple. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's all about learning how to dance in the rain. Embrace every moment, okay? Embrace every single moment. Whatever life is throwing at you, embrace that. Now, there are always beautiful things to behold in life when we learn how to embrace them with our hearts.
Only you can make my day.
Kick off your savings goals with 0 monthly fees and unlimited swipes. Get a pay-as-you-use account on the Nedbank Money app today. Money.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back, everybody. You're still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. Now, you know that sound? We've got lots of birthday messages from you at home today. It's amazing how many of you are actually celebrating your birthday today, but you also share it with Nigerian-American rapper Jadena. Jadena Theodore Morrison turns 35 years old today. My man crush Monday! He has shown such admirable devotion towards his career. He became a vibrant and notable American singer in 2015, only 5 years ago, when he released his first hit. Everyone knows us. I'm a classic man. Oh,
Tell me if you look this keen.
I'm a classic. Okay, we got Now, his blend of African and Renaissance style makes him undoubtedly one of the most stylish and classic artists to date. Happy birthday to you, my man Crush Monday, the king of class Jidena.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother. Now, of course, you special people that keep watching the show and making it such a feel-good experience. We've got an incredible clip actually sent in by Sinawo Apolisa wishing Tumeka a happy birthday. Let's check it out.
Our aunt. Her name is Annalisa. We would like to wish our uncle Kyle to Apolisi and our aunt to make Apolis a happy birthday and may they enjoy their birthday to the fullest. We'd like to tell them that we love them and may God keep continuing blessing them. Thank you.
Oh, they are so beautiful. They're
So shy.
And like that golden goddess come through, mamas. You're looking gorgeous. Happy
Absolutely
birthday.
love it. Now we've got another birthday to Amber. Happy 10th birthday to my daughter Amber. I wish you, my princess, the happiest birthday ever. May God bless you with many more years to come and know that mommy loves you very, very, very much. Happy birthday to you.
So cute. And then a happy birthday to my princess Ozara Dear Moodley. May you forever sparkle and shine like the star that you are. Love you lots. And this comes from your mom, dad, and Re-Art to you,
looking like
Ozara.
a
Yes,
princess,
looking like a whole
all in
queen
white.
over there. And then Angelique, a blessed birthday wish to Angelique Kalmeyer. May God bless you. We love you from your dad, Mom Jade, Natanya, Ishan, and Skyland. They love you so much, Angelique.
Now to Natalie, a special wish to my mom, Natalie Lynn Hendricks. God's richest blessings upon your life. It's not everyone that gets to share the day with their mothers. Both myself and your grandchildren appreciate and love you so. Happy birthday to you from mommy, from Taryn, Jaren, Blake, and Tyler. Well, happy birthday, mom. And now Devi's birthday says, Devi means goddess in our native tongue, Tamil, which is exactly what our mother is to us. Oh, that is awesome. You're kind, compassionate, comforting, humble, and strong. You're such a blessing to us. Happy birthday, Ma. From your children, Anand, Narishna, daughter-in-law, Praline, and mischievous grandchildren, Sai, Katie, and Rosie. What a huge family. Congratulations and happy birthday, Devi.
That was such a beautiful message. Definitely pull on the heartstrings. But the next one comes to Lundi. Happy birthday to a brother from another mother, Lundi Majadu. Keep receiving all the godly blessings and all your heart's desires. Much love, brother, man, looking so handsome. And then last but definitely not least, it's a cute one. It's a happy first birthday to my son, Ndoni Nkatlo. May you be blessed with all your heart's desires. Enjoy your day filled with joy, love, and happiness from his mom and family. We love you. How can you not love that face? Look at that cutie pie. Oh, I'm obsessed.
Oh, and I wish the rest of you celebrating a birthday can share in such an incredible smile. And if you'd like to send your loved ones a birthday message, send us your video to 071 640 6551 or email your wishes to birthdays@cordova.tv. Tabiso's in the studio and he's cooking in the kitchen.
Oh, yes. Good morning, team. Yes, definitely cooking up a storm out here in the kitchen. Welcome to it. It's the start of a brand new week, the start of some brand new inspiration. Hopefully, if you're going to be heading out to the kitchen this time around, we're making something that you are going to love if you're the type of person that likes to prep meals far in advance. Chef Clem, am I right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely right. How does this sound to you, okay? It's some delicious shin chili, okay? It's an item on our menu for today. It's called slow-cooked beef shin chili. Yum! Now, this dish even tastes better a few days later, which is even better. It makes advanced cooking or double batch preparation or freeze so amazing. And of course, you can freeze it and make sure that it's ready for future dinners. Who doesn't like that? Who doesn't like to be ready for the whole week out of time? Especially if you're going to be starting work this week. You want to make sure that you get your ducks in a row, or your
Absolutely.
or your shin in a row. How about
I like that. Okay, sleeves up. This is a recipe you're gonna have to make in advance because we're using beef shin.
Okay.
So very, very easy question. Where does beef shin come from?
Yes, I wanted to find out.
Okay.
Where
So,
does it come from?
I'm gonna be the little cow now, all right? So
Okay.
front legs, back legs, the shin would be the part of the leg before it reaches the hoof. Oh, right? Now, if I'm saying that, right, how often do you see cows chilling and laying down?
Yes.
Now and then, right? But most of the time they're standing and they're walking around. A bit of grass over there, a bit of grass over there. So they're walking around all day.
lot.
Which means this muscle is extremely hard.
It's leg day every day.
Every
for a
day
cow.
is leg day for a cow.
Man.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. So what that means, because the cow's developed that firm muscle in the shin,
Okay.
you need to cook it low
And
slow.
All right.
So all those fibers in there, all the, like, we call it sinew, but all the connective tissue breaks down. There's marrow in that bone. Marrow is
So yum.
so yum,
So delicious.
so good for you.
Yeah.
And you want to cook it low and slow, so all that renders out of your beef.
Yeah.
What I love about this, it's on our daily difference promotion right now, the beef and our veggie pack.
Yeah.
For me, beef shin is the most value for money cut of beef, period.
I have to tell you, while speaking about those everyday deals, they've totally changed my life, because I walk into the shop, the first thing I do these days, instead of just walking and just trying to figure it out on the aisles, is grab that broadsheet, grab that, because just from the front, you're presented with everything from dessert to vegetables to fruits to meats, every single category you can imagine.
Exactly.
At Woolies, they've got it all there, so that's
I love
fantastic.
it. And that's where you should be shopping. Okay, so some cumin went in there, coriander, paprika.
Nice.
And I'm making a nice spice mixture, so I'm actually going to season my shin with.
Okay.
And I'm going to use a bit of it a little later in the actual stew itself.
Okay.
Black pepper goes in there. So it's inspired by a Mexican mole, which uses coffee and chocolate, and like I swear, like you get ingredients that go up to like, some of them have like 40 plus ingredients in the mole.
1 second, are you putting some coffee in that mixture to make our shin with?
Yes.
Wow.
It's going to give it some nice deep flavor. Coffee, besides the fact that we know it's in a drink, coffee's also actually got a very like savory flavor to it, earthy notes, like the cumin and the coriander that we're already using in there. So
it's a nice sort of companion ingredient
absolutely.
in there.
And the more that you cook it low and slow, the more that the coffee flavor actually just mellows out, which is exactly what you want. Let me just turn this heat down a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your shin and you're going to dust it in there, okay? And then you're going to add it to your pot. And you're going to start browning it.
What's inside the pot?
A little bit of oil.
Okay.
I mean, look at this beautiful shin. That's amazing. That's insane.
Yes.
So what you're going to do now, you want to brown your meat. By browning your meat, you're releasing a lot of that like meaty flavor in there. We're not using beef stock. We're going to get all the flavor we need from the beef shin and by browning it.
Itself.
There we go.
That's
so that's going to start browning off, and instantly it smells so amazing.
Yes, it does. But that's because of all these different ingredients that you've put together as well, right?
Yes.
That they're a nice marriage of ingredients.
Absolutely.
And that's not even all. You still got
No, there's still more. So a bit of bay for bay. There we go. Bay leaf goes in. And then our mirepoix. Obviously, what you're going to do now, you would brown your meat perfectly brown and then add the next ingredients.
Okay.
Onion, celery. So we're skipping past that process a bit.
Onion and celery, okay?
Carrots.
Carrots, okay.
These are the ingredients, the mirepoix that we said you should have in your fridge at all times.
Yes.
Super easy to work with. Garlic. Make it nice and chunky. Don't spend so much time chopping it up super fine. Because this is going to go for about 3 hours.
So what's your take on chunky garlic? You don't mind it?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
If you're going to be cooking something for long, then chunky's fine. If you're going to be making a quick little pasta sauce,
it releases over time.
There we go. And it softens, goes all jammy and squishy. If you're making a quick pasta sauce, chop it up. You don't want to be like chilling there with bay and then you bite on a big chunk of garlic.
No, you don't.
Nah.
No,
I mean, I don't know.
It's not gonna get you.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay, so some extra salt going in there. And now we're gonna kind of mix everything together, get that all together.
Nice.
It smells amazing.
It does smell so amazing. All the flavor and the aromas of the different spices that you've got in there smell so good. Okay,
ready for my next one?
my favorite. All the Woolies canned stuff is what I live on. I love it.
I mentioned this last week. This is the smoky tomato sauce with chipotle.
Yes, I love it. That's
you know
the
what
one
chipotle?
I got.
Yeah,
yes,
it's so
that's
good.
the one I got.
Do you know what chipotle is? Chipotle is a smoked jalapeno.
Really?
Yes, and it gives that deep, like smoky flavor.
I love how the names just get changed to make it sound so fancy. Meanwhile, it's stuff we all know.
So people call it like, also my pet peeve, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot. I'm so accepting of everything.
Yeah.
But when people call it jalapeno,
yeah, no, I don't like that either. I don't like it.
Are you giggling in the background?
Yeah, I don't
because
like
there's some people right here in the studio.
I've even heard people at places where we order food, like at a drive-through, say jalapeno, and I'm like, no, it's actually jalapeno.
It's jalapeno. I'm so polite. I won't correct them. I'll be like, okay, but inside I'll be like, ah.
No, I still correct them, and then I still collect the order, and then I still hear, here is your jalapeno. So you know,
no jalapenos up in
each
here.
to their own.
Okay. All right. So a bit of salt went in there. Instead of adding tomato paste, instead of adding extra chili, I added the tomato soup.
Yes.
Water goes in, lid on. You put this in the oven.
For how long?
I would go for about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Nice.
Because you put it in there.
Wow, because that's the slow cooked effect.
Exactly. So because we keep going Mexican inspired, I served it with some beans and rice, and then sour cream. Okay, just to cut through that richness. But I mean, how amazing! Look at that.
This looks so good.
It's so tender. It's fall off the bone.
Man,
it's so good.
This looks like home.
It is.
Looks like mom.
Exactly. So we made this yesterday. I'm telling you, every day that you keep this in your fridge and you reheat it,
it's going to get
taste
better
and better. It's like aging, like we're aging a beautiful wine. There we go.
Oh, man, I love it. So this is all the people out there who like to meal prep and make sure that their meals are ready and set ahead of time for the week. This is going to be a hit in your household. Prepare it, put it in all your different scuffties, put it in the fridge, and the whole week you are set. If you want this ingredient, go on to www.expressoshow.com. We've got it all there with all the ingredients. This is the Woolies difference. Chef Clem, I love you, man. Thanks so much for this.
I love you too, man.
Where's the fork and knife?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso right here on SABC3. It's so good to be with you this morning. Now, on social media, we were trying to reach out to them, right?
Yeah, we're basically asking everybody, how's level 4 impacted your lockdown experience and what's currently changed during that lockdown? And obviously, you guys have been sending in your inputs and we always love to hear from you and we love to get your feedback. And let's see what the guys are actually up to today. What do they have to say?
Yes.
This morning, I've got one from Ricky Mayo who says, my dogs have been homebound for the month of April 2020. I can now walk them and keep fit at the same time. All levels should have some form of outdoor exercise available. And, well, if that's what people could respect, then those regulations would work. So happy Monday to your team, Expresso. Hashtag stay at home. Oh, thank you for that lovely message, Ricky.
Happy Monday to you too, Ricky. The next one we have Obida. She says, hello, guys. I hope you all had a great weekend. Yes, we did. Thank you so much for asking. No, I'm fasting, so no exercise for me now, but we're all fine and getting all the level 4 rules in regarding work. So much to take in. Have a lovely day and week. That's actually very true, hey. There is a lot of work to catch up on, so...
And trying to figure out how to move forward from this as well. That's not always an easy task. Now, lastly, we've got Nolene, who says, getting there, working on all the unwanted lockdown fat and getting rid of, starting with morning walks during these levels. Well, Nolene, we've also got you covered, of course. We've got all our fitness that will keep you fit and keep you in check all the way through to all the levels of lockdown. So that's going to be really fun.
And I hope that you're keeping safe while you're jogging or taking your walks, eh? That's very important. But now we are currently under level 4 of lockdown restrictions, and we had many opportunities to connect creatively while we were under hard lockdown. Our very own Katlego Mabue got involved in one of these amazing lockdown projects. Let's find out more.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, the one thing we know about South Africans is we do love to rise to a challenge. And so when the hashtag Anthem Challenge RSA was announced to Mzansi, in which citizens were called to sing the national anthem from home, the sheer magnitude of response was totally unexpected. Take a look at this. I mean, how beautiful was that? Over 1,000 people submitted their passionate rendition of our country's song with pride. And we're joined via video call now by music director of Thatch Music, James Basingthwaite, along with our very own Expresso presenter, Katlego Maboe, to share more about what went into making of this profound and really moving song and video. Gents, good morning. Good to have you on here. Let's start with you, James. How did the idea to mobilize South Africans in this way come about?
It was kind of by surprise, to be honest. It started out quite small with just a couple of artist friends, Katlego included, and then suddenly it got to about 50 people, 50 artists, and we suddenly realized we should actually kind of make this a little bit bigger, and we changed it into a challenge to invite South Africans to join us.
It's so beautiful, and how it's been so well received is really just so heartwarming. Katlego, you played a part in the making of this video. Why do you think there was such a massive and passionate response to this particular challenge?
I mean, if you can imagine, Tabzi, that for the past couple of weeks, we've been part of a strange evolution of humanity all across the world, and I think people really wanted to find that commonality, wanted to find that human connection that we all share, that we are all missing so much. And in our national anthem, in the lyrics and in the performance of it in unity, I think you find exactly that. So people gravitated towards the challenge because it's still it made us feel that despite the challenges that we're facing right now, we still stand together, united, trying to beat this COVID-19 and coronavirus, and show the world that we as South Africans can do it. And indeed we've done so, not just in this challenge, but also in what's been said around the world about how our leadership are handling this.
I think what a beautiful way to bring people together through song as well. Something to be said about that. But James, once all the recordings were collected, it was time for the massive undertaking of piecing the recording and the video together. It sounds like a lot of work, but how did you bring it all together?
I'm going to spare you all the technical details of it, but basically it was a very, very big mathematical exercise, and the entire thing had to be built up in very, very small increments because there are very few computers in the world actually that can process that amount of video clips.
I mean, I can only imagine you've got 1,000 submissions that you're having to get through and work through. But Kat, how did it feel to know that this challenge had been accomplished, that you were able to reach out to people and get this sort of response, and how it felt to you, I suppose, to have been a part of it?
Well, it was incredible. As James said, when it started off and he came to me and the other artists with the idea, it was just, hey guys, let's bring South Africa together and let's really make us all feel unified through our national anthem, which carries such incredible meaning behind it. So I was like, yeah, this is great. Let's show South Africans what we can do. And then, when it took a step further and we started opening it up to everyone else out there, and I started inviting some of my friends on WhatsApp and saying to them, listen, record your version. Let's hear. I mean, there's even different vocal parts that you can choose to record from. Bring it together and let's see how many voices we can get. And then to get the feedback from James and his team that we've gotten over 1,000 submissions is absolutely incredible. It makes me feel so proud as a South African. And now, we're trying to put it out to the rest of the world and try to challenge them as well. Isn't that right, James?
Yep.
Well, James, you got your work cut out for you then if the whole world's going to be taking part in a challenge like this. But I think absolutely so inspiring and such a labor of love, it sounds like. But James, with this song, what is the message that you'd like to send to Mzansi to forge together in these tough times ahead?
I don't know if you allow me to get a little bit deep here. One of the biggest realizations we had in this whole process was that a lot of people actually approach the anthem with like some sort of sense of fear. The idea of exposing yourself, singing the anthem by yourself is quite hectic. We've got a very unique anthem. We sing in 5 languages. All of those languages are vastly different from each other. From my personal point of view, I would just kind of invite South Africans to be brave, to be braver about the anthem and learn more about what it means. There's so much like stuff in the text that is so pertinent to where we are right now. You know, Yizwa imithandazo yethu, Lord, hear our prayers. Sechaba sa Jesu, protect our land. Sounds the call to come together. You know, I mean, is there a text that is more appropriate than that right now?
And it sounds like it's come from the depth of your heart. Kat, what is the message of hope that you'd like to send to South Africans during this time through this particular challenge and this song that's been produced now?
Yeah, I think James has summed it up absolutely perfectly. And I want South Africans to know that we are all in this together. Every single one of us are fighting together as a nation to bring back, the glory days and then move forward as a country into a better future. So I hope that, as James has said, when people now sing the anthem or hear it, that they'll gather a sense of pride from it and really just be inspired to be hopeful.
Love your work, Katlego and James. Continue to inspire the nation. Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land. Now, these words have never rung more true and empowering than now. Continue the good fight, Mzansi. We can do it.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for two with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8X cell phones, LG TVs and dishwashers, guest vouchers, guest watches and accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso right here on SABC3. Thank you so much for choosing to start your day off with us right here. Now, Clover is proud of its commitment to do what they can to help the nation through these difficult times and to show that together we truly can overcome this. In doing their bit, they have donated thousands of Clover Love Packs to communities and hospitals across the country.
You're still with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso here on SABC3. Now listen to this. Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. These are the words to our beautiful South African national anthem. And in these current difficult times, thousands of South Africans are demonstrating how we as a nation are coming together in the face of a pandemic, even though we are apart. Now, Clover is proud of its commitment to do what they can to help the nation through these difficult times. And to show that together we are able to do this, they're doing their bit, donating thousands of Clover Love Packs of essential food and hygiene supplies to vulnerable communities and hospitals across the country. Now, Clover sets to show that no matter how big or small an act of kindness, united we can be better, and united we are way better. We are joined this morning via video call by Clover brand manager Cara Klopper and Clover consultant Marcela Palmerio to tell us all about what they are doing, spreading the love with Clover and showing appreciation to healthcare workers. Ladies, good morning. Welcome, Clover team.
Good morning.
Cara, let's start with you. Above and beyond Clover's great product offering that we have all come to love, and with the heart of giving back, what would you say is the importance of a collaboration such as this, that a brand helps to make a difference?
So Clover prides itself in making all of its products with love. One of our core values is providing high quality and high nutritional products to all of our consumers. This in turn promotes a healthy lifestyle. And how relevant is this not during the current times that we are being faced with? COVID-19 is a virus that can affect all families. We all have our part to play in reducing the spread of this virus. As an essential food services company, Clover also believes that they have a part to play, and hence we started with this initiative. Every small act contributes to the greater cause. There are also many workers selflessly putting them out in the front line, trying to keep business going as usual. And this is also our opportunity to say thanks to them.
I absolutely love it, Cara. Now let's talk about, the ultimate message that you are looking to convey, that united we are way better. Tell me about that.
So at the heart of Clover, Clover is and strives to be way better. President Cyril Ramaphosa has also encouraged the nation to stand together and to unite during this very difficult time. We all have our role to play, and we truly believe, united as a nation, we are way better.
Marcela, please, you have to share with us the ways in which Clover has shown that they are doing what they can to help through these difficult times. We've heard the stories, but please take us through this entire experience.
Absolutely. Like Cara said, we stand committed to doing all we can to help through this difficult time. So not only are we ensuring that we continue to provide daily food supplies to the nation, we've also donated our Clover Packs of Love with essential food supplies to essential workers across the country. Currently, over 25,000 liters and 1,000 kilograms of products like water, yogurt, and juices have been donated. We're also making sure all our employees are healthy and safe through financial support and additional sanitation measures. And we've been distributing free bars of soap to assist in the increased demand of hygiene products and helping curb the spread of COVID-19 in vulnerable communities. As of today, we've actually distributed over 10,000 bars of soap, and we will continue to do so in the next couple of days.
This is really so inspiring. People are always looking at ways, especially after being inspired by a story like this, looking at ways in which they too can get involved. How can people be a part of this?
Well, we just would like to say that we want to make sure that everybody's frequently washing their hands, stay home when possible, and please also reach out to any local organizations and neighbors, see if there's any way you can help through donations or services or volunteering.
I think sometimes it's as simple as that. Keeping yourself safe at home, keeping your family safe at home is just as much work that you can do to help all the other people in the country. When you keep yourself safe, you keep the country safe. Beautiful message. Now, let's talk about the healthcare workers. Of course, they are really the heroes and the champions during this time. What is your message to all of those healthcare workers who are self-sacrificing for our different communities across the country?
Absolutely. We just want to give them a huge thank you. We really appreciate all the work they do to help keep our community safe. And we also want to extend our thank you to all other essential workers, including our Clover staff, who have been putting themselves out there to make sure we get those daily food supplies.
Ladies, you are absolute superstars. Thank you so much. All of the work that you are putting in there, we really do appreciate that, and it touches so many lives. Thank you, Cara Klopper, who is the brand manager at Clover, of course, Clover consultant Marcela. Thank you very much, ladies. With love from Clover, many have been uplifted through receiving essential food supplies, and hospitals have been assisted with the increased demands of practicing hygiene to prevent the spread of COVID-19. They have done this by showing that united, we really are way better. So let's all do our part to help where we can. A little can go a long way.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Oh, what an amazing initiative for those who need it the most. Now we are back in the kitchen, and also with autumn in full swing, the evenings are definitely getting chillier, and what you need now the most is to ease into the cold weather is a bowl of creamy and delicious clover fresh milk mushroom pasta that can double up as a main or a side. Now Nicole is about to show us how this meat-free Monday recipe comes together and what you could do to add protein for all the meat lovers out there. Because I have to be very honest, Nicole, I'm a vlees race kind of person. I do not eat anything without meat or protein in there. And you know what? I did this once for my mom, and I made like this pasta with like veggies, and she's like, "My kind, waar is die vlees?" So you definitely have to win me over with a meat-free kind of a pasta.
Well, I'm a big meat-free fan as well, so I love it. But for the meat lovers, you can add chicken, you can add beef strips if you want. You can even do fish flakes with this as well. And then I would just replace the thyme with some dill. Some dill or fennel. So we've got some onions frying off in our pan with some butter and oil, and then we're going to add some thyme. It's a very nice hard herb. When it's cooked, finished, you want to take that thyme out. No one wants to bite into a little bit of a stalk.
I don't know why I'm in a very singing mood today.
Yeah,
but
Jamie's been singing all morning.
Bella ciao, ciao, ciao. I don't know why, but it's just a Monday. It's a Monday kind of vibe.
Well, you know, it's much better than most people on a Monday. So.
Indeed. So of course, you can't have a mushroom pasta without mushrooms.
The mushrooms, exactly. So I've used the standard white button mushrooms. You can use any mushrooms you want. Just make sure you chop them all relatively the same size so they can cook evenly. So we've got that in our pan here. I'm just going to add a little bit of more oil because you'll see mushrooms absorb a lot of your oil in your pan. So you can always add more. Okay. And you want enough oil because we're going to make a roux. So on Friday I showed Kukle how to make a roux for white sauce. So this is exactly the same.
We're really trying hard with Kukle hey, in the kitchen because
she's in training.
She is in training. I feel sorry for her housemates sometimes, but you know they're learning now.
They said the lasagna was great.
Did they?
Yes.
Okay.
So she did a good job, even though I made it.
Well,
so we've got our mushrooms in here. We've just fried them off. Then we're going to add a little bit of garlic. Any good pasta needs a bit of garlic.
Absolutely. And chili flakes. It must have that like potent.
You're more than welcome to add chili flakes. You can add it at this point. So that's where you can bring out the most flavor out of them.
That's what I wanted to ask you actually. When is the best time? Because Anal always says, I always get onto her for this because she's always throwing spice in or chili in. When would be the best time to throw your chili in? In the start of it, or would you add it at the end?
So sometimes it depends on what chili you're using. Fresh chili is very nice right at the end, that fresh kick of it. If you're using a dry chili, you kind of want to build up that heat. So also the longer you leave your chili in, the hotter it's going to get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So some people, if you don't want as spicy, you can put a whole chili in and always remove it. Or if people, the spice lovers, add the chili, a lot of it, and chop it up. Then you just leave it in as long as you want. So we've added some flour and some mustard powder. You don't have to add mustard powder, but like a nice roux with a bit of hint of mustard is always a winner. Then we're going to add some of our milk, our beautiful fresh cream milk.
Yes.
So I want to initially add a little bit at a time. Like I said, when you're making a roux, you don't want to add all of it at once because then you're going to cause lumps. So when the milk hits the flour, it immediately absorbs all that milk. So you want it to go little bit by little bit. So you're going to add about 1 cup to 2 cups of
and
milk.
And give it a nice thick creaminess.
Exactly. Your flour is what's going to give it that thickening agent in this dish.
Got it.
So we're just going to add a little bit more milk. We're going to let that cook, and that is it. So we're going to add salt and pepper. And at this point, you already have your meat in. If you want your meat, you could do mince. And you are just going to cook it all together. And then you've got a ready cooked pasta, which you can use penne, linguine, you can use macaroni, screw pasta, whatever you have in your pantry. Please don't go get specific one.
And this one is called what?
This is a penne.
Penne pasta.
So penne is really nice bulking pasta as well because it's so big. So it's a very nice pasta if you've got a big family to feed.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like today. You know, early on you were making the chili. I feel like the chili with this as well would even be perfect because then that's the way you could get your protein.
Well, how about we put some chili in at the end for you and then you can
then I can have it, and then I can take it home, and then I'll tell my mom and everyone that I made it like Kutle does. Yes, we are doing that.
Yo, I'm going to start sending you guys the invoices now, hey?
Definitely. So, okay, so we don't want to boil, obviously, the penne pasta too much because we are putting the sauce in.
Exactly.
So how long, roughly, would you say to get that?
So you just want it al dente. Well done. So you want it al dente because once the sauce is cooked, you're just coating your pasta in. So it's going to cook for 1 or 2 minutes just to absorb a little bit of that flavor. And you're going to serve it up with some cheese, parmesan. See, the bougie kind.
We
Parmesan or a little bit of cheddar. Or if you are avoiding cheese, you could use nutritional flakes on top. Anything you want, really. It's up to you. That's what's so nice about it. It's so versatile.
Meat-free Mondays has got a whole lot better, but we've absolutely been loving the recipes that you at home have been sharing with us, and we also want to know more about it. So only this time around, we will be looking for one weekly winner who shows us their most creative recipe using a Clover product, and we will be making that recipe on the Expresso show. Now, how cool is that? That's amazing. What more is that the winner will also win a Clover Love Pack hamper. So can you step up to the challenge? That is the question we're asking you today. Now, to enter, all you have to do is share your mind-blowing recipe with us by replying to the Clover competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page. Simply post a picture of your recipe creation, use the hashtag #LoveClover, and tell us which Clover product you use to create your dish. Like, of course, we use the full cream fresh milk today. There will only be one winner every week until the 29th of May. And remember, those T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Nicole?
Voila.
Ciao, ciao, bella, ciao, bella, ciao, ciao, ciao.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live on SABC3 on a beautiful Monday morning. Thank you so much for choosing to start the top of the week the right way, the right side of lockdown. Now, we know that big conversations all over the news at the moment has been around how the lockdown has affected the export industry. And one man who's definitely felt that burn is Uzair Isak, who started a successful fruit supply company 5 years ago while studying a BCom at UCT. And at the time, he had no resources, and he had to learn about an entire industry from scratch, putting in hours, putting in the time, the effort, and the passion. And today he has an office in the heart of Cape Town and 2 international offices based in Doha and Qatar. Uzair, welcome to the show. So good to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be on the show.
I have to start by congratulating you on featuring on April's issue of Forbes Africa magazine as the Forbes Africa 30 Under 30. Congratulations. What does this mean to you? And is it something that you thought would happen?
Thank you so much. So the Forbes list is basically a list of that celebrates Africans on the continent under the age of 30 who they feel have excelled in their respective fields. So, I mean, the list includes entrepreneurs, musicians, sportsmen, sportswomen, etc. So, basically, if you're excelling in your field, you have a chance to make it on the Forbes list. And to me, being an entrepreneur, reading Forbes publications is something I do on a daily basis. So when I was featured as one of the most influential business leaders on the continent under the age of 30, it was definitely a dream come true. And it's something I hope I can build on and I can take forward and use to inspire other Africans.
That is a beautiful story, a story of South African pride and just showing the possibilities that exist over here, but also if you put in the time. Well done. Congratulations. Now, Iza, we know that the entire world is experiencing the COVID-19 pandemic at the moment. We have strict regulations all over the place that have been put in place around the world to diminish the spread of the virus. What impact does this then have on the South African export market?
So obviously with every industry, regulations are a bit different. Luckily, because I deal in, I would say, the most raw product, which is fresh fruit and veg, we're able to continue as an essential service. So I'm very fortunate about that, but it hasn't been an easy road. With a short staff component, things are a bit difficult. Things are taking longer, like the ports are a bit delayed, documentation is a bit delayed. On the other end of the shipping in countries we're sending the stuff to, their ports are also not at full capacity, so it's taking a bit longer. And as a result, it's a bit stressful because dealing with a perishable, you're scared that the fruit might go off. Shipping lines are charging us extra surcharges because they're having to spend more time in certain ports. So although it is kind of business as usual in a sense of us being able to send fruit and veg, it's a challenge that there are many challenges that we still have to face on a daily basis in the industry.
And are you finding that the government has been very helpful during this time in making sure that the systems are in place and documentation is in place when requested to ensure that you're able to carry out business?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all see the government's trying as hard as possible to help individual businesses, whether it's SMMEs, whether it's bigger businesses. Ramaphosa, announced a 500 billion rand kind of assistance package. So I think they are trying their hardest to help us wherever possible. It's just, I think, how far they can help us. That's going to be the question.
Well, thank you for keeping the business open and for operating during this time, keeping those jobs safe. Now, we are still in the national lockdown, which urges people to stay and work from home. On top of this, we're also experiencing a large food demand. I mean, you hear about it everywhere you go. Does the lockdown then affect our fresh produce industries?
Yeah, so I think it depends where the fresh produce is being sold. So firstly, let's talk about the production. I think I've seen pictures of pack houses and farms where workers there are dressed almost like medical workers, wearing face shields and face masks and gloves and having to use hand sanitizer regularly. And obviously that's to avoid spreading the virus from that point of view. So that's quite important. In terms of the demand and supply, I think supermarkets are obviously very, very busy with everyone having to eat at home when generally they may be eating out a couple of times a week. The demand for produce from them is a bit higher. But on the other end, I think our local markets, so that's our regional fresh produce markets, they're struggling a bit because they would generally supply to the hospitality industry. So with hotels and restaurants being closed, I think they are experiencing a bit of a less demand than usual.
I like this next question I need to, in this conversation I need to have with you, because your business is really just rooted in heart. It's rooted in people. You are the founder and president of Get Giving. It's a non-profit company where you aim to benefit the community in as many ways possible. Tell us about how this operates and, of course, how the public can get involved in helping you do this.
Sure. So Get Giving, we basically started as a more intimate NPO or community organization. So although there are many NPOs around, it's people don't always want to just donate money or donate food or non-perishable items. They want to be hands-on, and sometimes access to being hands-on is a bit limited. So that's why we decided to start this. And we host a couple of food drives per year. Last year we did 300 food parcels, which translated to about 35,000 individual meals. And we're hoping to grow that year on year. Another project that we do is a careers day. where we go to communities where, for example, drug abuse and gangsterism is quite prevalent in those communities, and we would just try and inspire them to focus on education, focus on trying to build a career, and show them that there is a different path they can take in life to avoid those sort of criminal activities or, falling in the wrong categories. So we always welcome support, whether you want to get involved just by helping out, whether you want to do donations, whether you just want to help us with the packing, whatever your capacity is, we're more than grateful. And you're welcome to reach out to us on our social medias. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Send us a message there. Or alternatively, you can send me a message on my personal social media privately, and I'll be more than happy to respond.
Uzair Isak, Managing Director of Cape Crops, thank you so much for joining us and chatting to us here on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. All the best with your business. And of course, congratulations on your Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 accolade, all right?
Perfect. Thank you for having me, and keep safe.
Fantastic, a superstar businessman and an inspiring young South African. Now, despite his phenomenal success, Uzair remains down to earth, and we're seeing it in the various initiatives that he's involved in. He's an incredible ambassador to our country, and he is very inspiring through his accomplishments, and he's a motivation to all South Africans that proactiveness, diligence, and hard work does pay off. We thank you, Isak.
Oh, thank you so much, Thabiso. And of course, Uzair, it's so good seeing you again. I think it was less than a year ago, Jamie, that I was actually walking in the fields with Uzair. We were picking lemons off one of the farms and making lemon juice. So to see how far the man has come is just so inspiring. But it's that time of the morning. We are doing social media, and we'd love to hear from you guys what you've been up to during lockdown. It's level 4, and we've been asking you guys, what exactly is happening during level 4? How has your life been impacted or changed? And what sort of new routines have you got going on during level 4? And you guys have come through with the comments, so let's see what you have to say.
People have been coming through indeed. Chloe Klaaser says, I just came back from jogging around the streets. I can now take a walk with my puppy. I love that. I love that she went out and then came back onto our social media to engage
just to
with
make
us.
us more jealous.
No, but also just to be still engaging with us. Like, I like that, Chloe. We see you. Another one comes through from Kelo Bogile, says, morning family, I'm still at home with you guys. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday to you too.
Thank you for joining us on this Monday.
And then Sibusiso says, morning guys, just came back from a morning run. Okay, is everyone going for a run? But after a very long time, and it is so refreshing. Yes, that crisp breeze in the morning, nothing better. And then lastly, Maria Festa says, good morning, Expresso family. Still home following the rules. Hashtag stay at home. I love that.
Thank you so much. For you guys that haven't run this morning, don't worry. We've got some fitness coming through later in the show to keep you entertained. But right now, it's over to the news with Kukle Adams.
We've reached the top of the hour. It's time for us to have the final look at the news headlines. Starting off with our national news, traffic volumes are expected to increase on the country's roads from this morning as more workers prepare to return to work under level 4 lockdown. Once-off travel between provinces has been allowed from the 1st to the 7th of May for people to get to their places of work. Western Cape Transport Minister Ubonginkosi Madikizela says an estimated 1.5 million people countrywide will be returning to work during this period. He has commended the steps taken by taxi operators to ensure passengers safety, sanitizing their hands and ensuring that they are wearing their masks. The South Africa Social Security Agency, SASSA, has called on beneficiaries not to rush to cash their grants today. Spokesperson Paseka Letsatsi says only old age and disability grants will be paid out today and tomorrow, while child grants will be paid out on Wednesday. Letsatsi says they have separated the days to allow social distancing. He has also reminded beneficiaries that they will not lose their money if they do not withdraw it on the first day. On to international news. The coronavirus pandemic may last until 2022, according to a recent report published by researchers at the Center of Infectious Disease Research and Policy in America. They suggest the outbreak won't end until 60 to 70% of the human population is immune to the virus, which may take between 18 and 24 months. They also predict a larger wave of infections in America when autumn and winter come around later this year. America now has some 1.2 million confirmed cases with more than 68,000 deaths. Lake Victoria's water levels have surged to their highest level in more than half a century after about 8 months of relentless downpours downpours, posing a threat to Uganda's hydropower plants. The East African country relies almost entirely on 4 hydroelectric power dams on the River Nile, which is fed by the lake. And any threat to this energy infrastructure has major economic consequences. The intense rains had raised Victoria's water levels to just under 13.4 meters, a mark last recorded in 1964. And now how Game of Thrones Sir Gregor the Mountain Clegane broke a world record. Game of Thrones actor Hafthor Bjornsson, who portrayed Sir Gregor the Mountain Clegane, a notoriously fearsome warrior and knight, has this weekend set a world deadlifting record by lifting 501 kilograms. That is roughly lifting the equivalent of 7 people each, weighing 71.5 kilograms. Bjornsson broke the record at his gym in his native Iceland. The strongman lifted the barbell for 2 seconds before dropping the weights and roaring in delight. The event was streamed by a European sports broadcaster and filmed for Bjornsson's YouTube channel. Bjornsson, who is 2.05 meters tall, previously won the world's strongest man competition in 2018. Speaking in a behind-the-scenes video posted on YouTube, an extremely proud and happy Bjornsson said he's super excited. The record was previously held by Eddie Hall, a Brit who in 2016 became the first man to lift 500 kilograms. Now turning our gaze into the world of entertainment, 2 of the world's biggest pop superstars, Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, are teaming up to raise money for children for first responders who have been affected by the COVID-19 crisis. They announced that the net proceeds of their new duet, Struck With You, which will be released this Friday, 8th May, will go toward grants and scholarships for the First Responders Children's Foundation. In an official statement, Grande said, and I quote, "We're very excited about this for so many reasons. We hope we make a big difference with this, and we hope it uplifts you and makes you feel happy and that you love it as much as we do. We absolutely love it when superstars come together for a good cause." That was the final look at the news headlines. Now let's have a look at the weather with Jamie.
Thank you so much, Kuthle. Time to have a final look at that weather. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures this morning. Krista Miles sent through this breathtaking sunrise picture of the sky filled with an array of warm colors and the beautiful Table Mountain from Blobergstrand. Now, we've also received this incredible video footage of Cape Town taken over the weekend, showing the early morning mist. Mother City can expect hazy sunshine today, reaching a maximum temperature of 21 degrees. We've also asked you to send in your pictures of your hometown. Trugave Roberts sent us this picture taken from Langeni Pass in Ugi, showing off the Eastern Cape's beauty. Now, Ugi can expect mostly cloudy conditions today with a low of 5 and a high of 18 degrees. Thank you to both Krista and Trugave for their pictures. Have a fantastic start to the week. And remember to keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, most of the country can expect cool conditions today, starting off with Polokwane, your lowest 10, peaking at 24 degrees. Now, sunny with patchy clouds for Umbumbela, ranging from 15 to 24 degrees. Sunshine can also be seen in Pretoria with a low of 11 and a high of 24. Johannesburg, 9:23. Mahikeng, 10:26. And then if you do find yourself in Klerksdorp, sunny to partly cloudy conditions are expected, ranging from 10 to 26 degrees as well. Kimberley, 6:26. And then a gentle northerly breeze of 13 kilometers per hour expected for you, Bloemfontein, with a low of 5 and a high of 24. Richards Bay, 16:25, and then a couple of showers can be seen in Pietermaritzburg today with a low of 11 and a high of 20. Now, mostly cloudy conditions and showers expected for South Africa's playground at Durban today with a minimum temperature of 18, reaching a maximum of 24. Mthatha, 10:18, East London, 13:20, and then clouds will give way to some sun in Cradock today with a low of 7, peaking at 22. A moderate easterly breeze of 28 kilometers per hour expected for Port Elizabeth with a low of 12 and a high of 20, and then a cloudy morning and sunny afternoon expected for you, George, ranging from 12 to 20 degrees. Sutherland, 3:18, the mother city Cape Town is 14:21, and then mostly sunny for Worcester today, ranging from 8 to 23, and the highest temperature as always in the country can be found in Uppington with a low of 9, peaking at 29. Now, being on lockdown does not mean we can't get to see this beautiful country that we live in, so send us a picture or video of your town and we would show it live on the show. Make sure to include a picture of yourself and why you love your town so much. But of course, whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, happy Monday to all of you.
Now, over the last few weeks, we've had the absolute pleasure and the absolute privilege of giving you and your pets out there at home the chance to win not one, not two, but up to 15 personalized Ultra Dog hampers worth 2,000 Rand each, and each one of them customized for every winning dog or cat, with pet food that suits their dietary needs and some fun toys as well.
Yeah, and whilst we loved receiving hundreds and thousands of your pet photos and amazing stories, there could be only a few winners. So without further ado, here are your 15 ultra cool winners.
All right, let's see. Oh, it's getting competitive already.
Oh,
License to camping. I love that. Ah, Nadia Hall and Flashy Flash. Look at Flashy Flash. Oh, yes.
Carol Stimmett and Spanner. Spanner looks like the big dog in that family.
Yeah. Candice Rittman, Late Gunner, and Lola. Oh, look at those shades. So cool. Styling.
Oh, Julia Goldswain with the full font there, the Christmas edition. Lorraine Gordon and Zoe. Oh, isn't Zoe just too cute? Look at those eyes. Ah.
Samantha Bronkhorst and Pookie.
It looks like one of those Expresso pugs.
Yeah,
and then Roxanne and Doc and then Trey. Trey is looking all woolly there, ready for winter. Oh, Nikki, her and Snow with these beautiful white creatures. Look how stunning they look.
Antoinette, Leah Bawadin, and Zach. Zach, so stylish. The pink number.
Jody Stradom and Roloing through the lockdown there on their back. Which one's the animal there?
Hey, yeah, Lynn June and Pixie. And Francie Scots and Lady. Ah, Lady. Love it. You're gonna love it.
Leclerc, Angel Zuma, and Maxi Boo Boo. Look at Maxi Boo Boo's crate. Living a good life. And Natalie February and Rocky looked like he caused a little bit of chaos over there.
Oh, congratulations to all the winners. Wow, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Also cute. And yes, I feel sad that we can't give each and every single one of the ones who entered the prize. But of course, there could only be a few. All of them were so cute, I promise you.
Thank you guys so much. And to each and every one of you that entered, we loved seeing your photos and obviously hearing your stories too. Yeah. And a big congratulations to those of you who have won. And if you're interested in switching your dog or cat to Ultra Dog Pet Food, you can find their range at your nearest vet or specialized vet store. And remember, when you purchase Ultra Dog Pet Food, you also qualify for free pet accident cover, which is incredible. Isn't that right, Tubbs?
Absolutely incredible. Now, for more information on the Ultra Shore cover, you can visit www.ultrapet.co.za. We've seen some interesting names there as well. And now I'm sitting thinking the naming of a cat or a dog is an interesting matter. I'm going to be checking that list of names just once again for inspiration. We'll see you after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sleep has to be one of the most important things we can do for our health. But as we are currently being affected by a global pandemic and battling with a range of emotions and anxiety, getting those 8 hours of sleep seems to be quite difficult for many. We chat to sleep expert Dr. Dale Ray on the importance of a sleep routine and the tools to get a good night's rest during these difficult times. A very good morning to you, Dr. Dale Ray. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Morning, Tutle, and thanks for having me.
This lockdown and the COVID-19 crisis has created a lot of stress and anxiety in our society. What are the challenges people are experiencing when it comes to their sleep?
So from what I'm hearing from people anecdotally is that a lot of people are reporting pretty poor quality sleep, whereas pre-COVID people seem to be able to sleep more or less okay. Suddenly now they're waking up and that critical time, somewhere between 1 and 3 in the morning with a very busy mind, and they're unable to switch off, unable to relax, and unable to get themselves back to sleep again. So there's no doubt that in the absence of any diagnosed medical condition or medication use, one of the biggest disruptors of sleep is stress and anxiety. And for sure, I think we can all relate to these times here. There's a hell of a lot of uncertainty going on. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's around the corner. We don't know what's going to happen financially, whether it's household income or global changes and in terms of economy. And this uncertainty doesn't sit well with us as humans. And one of the ways that it manifests is by intruding on our sleep and disrupting it.
That's very true. I mean, our patterns, daily patterns, have completely shifted, and there's so much uncertainty surrounding this entire pandemic and lockdown. How would you advise, or why would you say it's important to sleep to help with, stress and anxiety?
So I think that what you're referring to is sort of these changes in our rhythms and routines. Because of lockdown, many of us are working from home, or we're just working under very strange circumstances. And the key is really to keep as much as rhythm and routine going as possible. Our bodies love routine. They respond very well to it. They like to know, when am I going to be slept, when am I going to be fed, and when am I going to be exercised? It's much like really looking after your pet dog. And so we need to really treat ourselves in a similar manner. So having consistent bedtimes each day, so no more than about an hour and a half variability from earliest to latest in a given week. Same goes for wake-up times and sleep duration. Try and eat at the same time of day each day in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and try and exercise a little bit too. All of these things help create a nice, robust rhythm.
What tools do you have to help people with sleeping problems?
Yeah, it is going to depend a little bit on what exactly is causing the problems now. Because the way that we look at it is, if sleep goes wrong, there's usually a reason for it. Your sleep doesn't just break. And so if you're able to identify the cause, and if you know, okay, I'm not sleeping because I'm terribly concerned about our household finances, for example, then it's a matter of seeing what can I do in the daytime to give enough airtime to those thoughts and worries. How can I address them? What can I control? What can I not control? Because if we leave these things unchecked, for sure, at nighttime when you let your guard down, these thoughts and worries and concerns are going to infiltrate into your subconsciousness and come out through your sleep. And that is incredibly disruptive. So for sure, making sure that we deal with the things that are stressing us out is really important. Exercise is a way that we can deal with anxiety. If we can't remove the problem, it's really good. And I know that the term exercise now is practically a swear word for most people because we just can't get out and do the things that we're used to doing.
That's
but
true.
You'll be amazed at how creative we can be. And then, of course, the more sleep deprived we are, the more anxious we become. And so this is very much a vicious cycle that goes along with all of this. So making sure that that you get sufficient sleep is, of course, really important here. But what happens if you are one of those people that's awake at 1, 2, 3 in the morning and you can't go back to sleep? So there's a couple of things there. If there are, you obviously want to try and sort out some of the issues during the daytime, but once you're awake at night, that's the key. What you can do is start to think about some relaxation techniques which are involved with deep breathing, just to try to help calm yourself down and to get rid of that sort of fight and flight mode that you have going during the night, because that does not allow sleep to come. Some people find keeping a diary or a journal next to their bed is helpful, because they can sometimes get some of those thoughts and ideas out of their head onto a piece of paper. And then once you've been awake for more than, say, 15 or 20 minutes, and if you feel that your anxiety level is just increasing, it's a good idea then just to get out of bed, go to another room, and go and do something relaxing like reading or watching a little bit of TV that is very, very non-excitable. For heaven's sakes, don't get onto your phone. That's the last thing that you need. Don't look at the news. Don't do anything that's going to provoke any more anxiety.
Oh, no.
And then once you feel sleepy again, you can return to bed and see if you can sleep. And sometimes just even that act of getting out of bed, changing the scenery, having a sip of water, your body temperature comes down. Funny enough, when you get back into bed, sometimes sleep does come more easily.
And then, doctor, once you've identified the problems that you're having with sleeping, when do you know that you need to see a doctor or take medication or see a sleep therapist?
I think so many people these days are becoming really good at being Dr. Google. So very often people are good at figuring out what's going on and learning as much as they can, and then trying to sort of self-fix. And that's good up to a point. I think that once you find that your sleep problems are persisting on, let's say, more than 3 nights a week, and that it's been going on for more than 3 or 4 weeks, at that point, you probably need to get some help, because the problem is then that sleep is a habit. And once you start to go into a bad sleep routine of waking up every night and being unable to fall asleep, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's at that point that I really would suggest that you go and get some help.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dale Ray, for joining us this morning and sharing your expertise on the importance of sufficient sleep during these very, very difficult times to help manage your stress and anxiety. I hope that you have a fantastic morning further.
Thank you. You too.
Now, during these uncertain times, it's important that we do the best we can to remain positive and calm. Calmettes is a natural calmative that can assist in anxiety and tension through these difficult times, helping you get the rest that you need. Calmettes, a calmative of natural plant origin for nervous tension and anxiety, for both adults and children over 12 years of age.
Now, as you just heard, one way to improve both your stress levels and your sleep is getting a good daily workout. Now, the fact that gyms are closed during this time doesn't really mean that you can't build muscle at home. And with almost no equipment, you can build strength and mass using your very own body weight. That's all you need. So no matter how fit or how old you are, strength training is important to improve your mobility, flexibility, and of course, it lowers your risk of injury. So start your week in an active and healthy way with this easy yet effective Monday muscle workout. And I am joined by the effervescent Jamie Lee Domberg.
Brother, listen, do you need muscles for this Monday workout?
Whether you have them or not, this is going to be a banger and you're going to love it and it's going to be a burner. And today, obviously, we're working on muscles and we've got some cool exercises to show you guys how to build muscle, pack muscle on, get those striations. And one important thing before we even get into the exercises, it's important to notice that we need to have a tempo change in order to build more muscle. So when it comes to building muscle versus burning fat, there's a bit of a tempo difference. So theoretically, whenever we are doing these exercises, we're striving for control, we're striving for a nice slow tempo, and that's what we're going to get muscle building out of. And that's where that eccentric load is going to build volume in the muscle. All right, so enough of the talking, let's get down to business. We're going down to the ground now. We're going to do something cool. It's called a bicep push-up. So you guys have been used to the normal push-up. You normally have your shoulders, your hand shoulder width apart. You're nice and prone. Obviously, we can normally grade this on our knees, but today's a little bit different. So what we're going to do is we replicate an angle that can train and stimulate this bicep, and it's very tricky and very difficult, so you need to pay attention to this. First, you're going to bring your hands a little bit closer to your hip, Jamie. So while you're on the ground, you slide your hands a little bit closer, further behind you. Now already you're going to feel extra pressure because your upper body just wants to fall on the floor. Now, you can feel your shoulders working a little bit. I want you to turn your hands a little bit outwards. So almost have your fingers pointing towards your feet, all right? So you guys at home, you can try this out as well. You'll see the inside of my elbow pointing directly towards me, and my actual elbows are pointing behind me. Now in this position, you want to lower your body so that you are coming down nice and slow. Here's the eccentric tempo load, okay? So nice and slow, lower yourself to the ground, keep your elbows close to your body, and then try lift straight back up again. It's hella hard. I know you can feel that. I know you're feeling the burn, but keep your knees on the ground for this one, Jamie. If you guys want an extra burn, you're more than welcome to stay in the normal push-up position, but there's also another grade that you can do. So you can use your chair for this. So I'm going to show you guys at home how to just use a chair to get an extra bit of stimulation in this movement and also get that bicep to hit. So once again, we want to keep our body a little bit further away and get your hands closer to your hips. So you're going to slide up on the chair. Now I'm in a good position to stimulate those biceps by getting my hip close to the chair and then straight back up to the ground. All right, so that's going to stimulate those biceps incredibly. You're going to get a good burn on that as well as your shoulders. And with each rep, you want to take about 2 seconds to lower yourself down to the ground. So let me just show you guys at home. Just another example. From here, I want to take about 2 seconds. So we're counting 1, 2, and then I go all the way back up nice and fast. And then again, nice and slow. 1, 2, keep that control, and then straight back up. That's that eccentric load. And Jamie, you don't have to go all the way down. So go as low as you can in this movement. Okay. Keep the control, keep the form, and then rise straight back up into your restart position. All right. You want to go for it? I'm going to join you.
Yes.
Let's go for one.
It doesn't look too bad.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower ourselves. Feel that bicep, beautiful. Keep your elbows close to your body, that's perfect. And then get straight back up. That was superb, Jamie. I love your form. And that's where you're gonna hit that bicep. So you're keeping your arms nice and close to those hips especially. And for you guys at home, try 8 reps of this. So keep the control. We don't wanna boost and go for like 12 to 15 reps in total. Keep it controlled and keep that tempo nice and slow, right? So that's biceps and that's shoulders that we've hit incredibly. Now we're gonna go to something called a pike push-up. And now this is a really fun one. So again, we're working on...
Your definition of fun and my definition of fun, 2 different kinds of fun, my friend.
Well, I have fun here, okay? So anyway, you guys at home, it might be a little bit of a struggle. It might be fun. Let's see how it goes. So pike push-up is going to hit the shoulders, the upper body as well, and get those good striations in those deltoids. So in the push-up position, once again, you're going to pike your body up and almost create a V. So I'm lifting my bum up a little bit, bringing my feet closer to my body, and now in this position...
downward doggy.
Yeah, almost like a downward dog, but instead of me trying to do a push-up, I'm going to tuck my head in and then lower my body all the way down to the ground until my head hits, and then straight back up, and you're going to feel that burn in those shoulders. If you can't get all the way down, that's not a problem at all. Go as low as you can, and then rise straight back up. All right, how's that looking? Oh, I love it. That is perfect, Jamie. And if you guys want an extra challenge at home and you want to make it just a little bit harder, again, use your chair. This is really cool. So use your chair, get your body just off the chair once again. I'm still doing a pike push-up, but I'm creating more resistance by bringing my body a little bit higher. Tuck my head down, and then we're going for 1 rep and then straight back up. Right, so Jamie and I are going to try 3 reps just to show you guys the tempo. Okay. So let's go for 1, nice and slowly down. 1, 2, and straight back up. Let's go for number 2. 1, 2, nice and slow, straight back up. And then last rep, 1, 2, all the way down and straight back up. All right. Are you feeling that on the shoulders?
Already feeling it.
And I know you guys at home are doing the same thing. So it's going to burn the shoulders quite a bit. And that's going to give you that nice bulbous feature, that bulbous look. And also for anybody at home that wants strength in general, to just have upper body strength to lift things up above your head, over the fence, or anything else that you may need to do. Now we're going to bring it down to lower body once again, because the upper body is going to be reeling and burning. So you're going to go back to your chair now. We're going into a Bulgarian split squat stance, which is quite interesting, because we're going to go down into the rep as if we were halfway into the repetition already. So you're starting here, go nice and low, make sure your knee doesn't go over your toe over there, Jamie. And already in this position, while we're pulsing, the glutes are firing, the quads are burning, but we're not even working those muscles. Those are subsidiary muscles that are going to work just from doing this stance. What we're working is the calf, as well as our core and our balance. So what we're going to do is try lift your calf off the ground, and then straight back down. All right, can you see that shaking? Yes. We'll see my leg shaking as well. So watch as we go down. Watch how my leg shakes on the way down, and that's a good thing. That's the eccentric load we're talking about. That's the tempo we need in order to build muscle and get that volume. So we're lifting it up and then slowly back down. You'll see that shaking, and that's a good thing. That means you're working the eccentric load of that muscle, and you're getting that size and that volume. How are you feeling over there?
Who made you mad this weekend? Because I feel like you came out with guns blazing.
You know,
I am...
It's the weekend, you know. After the weekend, we often eat a little bit extra, so this is why we do this, so that we can sort you out and bring you back to level playing field. All right, so lift it up, and then straight back down. You're going to try 1 more rep at home, all the way up, and then straight back down. And of course, you guys are going to do that on the other side as well. I haven't even done like 10 reps. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see this, but maybe it's just my glow this morning, which you always bring to the party. But that's your 3 exercise complex for the day. We're going to be doing this after the show live, a full set with all the reps. I'm going to take you through the burn. But for you guys at home, I hope you enjoyed that session. That is exactly how we're going to work on building muscle, getting that volume, and focusing on that eccentric load especially. All right, guys, so much more magic coming up in the show, but we will be doing this live once again, and I hope you guys are going to be joining us. So get off the couch. It's time to get moving.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit.
Next time on Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, it's a battle for survival as 4 teams become 3.
We know exactly what we need to fight for. Just when we thought this was hard enough.
There goes the ball.
Wow.
Push me! Push me!
Swap, swap, swap. Get out, get out.
It's going to be a nightmare.
It's a delicate balance as teams barrel their way through challenges to avoid elimination on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao.
Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 8 p.m. Only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Own it.
My name is Brett Fish Anderson. As
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hunger is a big threat in South Africa as lockdown continues. Increasing demand for food parcels and sanitary products is a reality that we are all facing. CEO of the Imbumba Foundation, Richard Mabaso, spearheaded a number of initiatives to help curb and prevent unnecessary widespread of the COVID-19 and providing food parcels to underprivileged South African communities. A very good morning to you, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to your viewers at home.
We're going to take it back a little bit. In 2010, you founded the Imbumba Foundation in aim to bring about economic change and social upliftment within rural and marginalized communities. Where did all of this stem from, and why do you think that some of these organizations chose to partner with you?
Really, for me, the idea was to try and help other young people not to grow the same way that I did, because I grew up in a rural village, raised by a single mother who was a domestic worker. So I know how difficult it is. I know how it is to go to bed without anything in your stomach. So when we started in Imbumba, we said we wanted to create an organization which was going to empower people individually. Because when you empower one person, you know that if they take the empowerment and they pay it forward, instead of empowering one person, you end up empowering 2 or even 10 or even 100. So I think we believe in the power of supporting one person who then becomes the enabler or the inspiration to other people. So the organizations that are coming on board on the basis that they understand the fact that we can only do so much. But if we do that little and do it well, it can go a long way.
And you are inspiring many other people to do the same, to pay it forward, to help other people also, you know, not grow up in the same circumstances that perhaps you did or we did back in the day. So we commend you for that. Now, as a result of the lockdown, there are a lot of mouths to feed of everyone staying at home. But in addition to all of that, we're also facing high unemployment rates. How do you go about, you know, the distribution of food parcels?
Unfortunately, the need is so great. In fact, one person said, and I completely agree with them, they said that COVID-19 has just shined a spotlight on things that were happening in South Africa. But I think we're coming to a point where we are forgetting about the fact that there are people who go to bed hungry. There are people who do not have access to water, you know, those basic necessities.
You provide food parcels and hygiene products to those who are in need. But then how many people and families have you reached this far?
For those who do not have access to hand wash soap, you know, it would be impossible. So we decided to collect hand wash soap, and 4 weeks later, not only that we collected hand wash soap, but we collected more than 100,000 liters of hand wash soap.
Wow.
Up to 25,000 food parcels, about 15,000 reusable masks, as well as a number of hygiene care essentials that we are able now to top up our distribution. So it's been amazing to see how South Africans have responded to the call to action. And we again reiterate the call, as we've always kept the message that the Each One Feed One campaign is about making sure that we don't only want people to watch us do what we do. We want them to also be inspired and go to do to others. And you don't have to do 100, you don't have to do 20. You can do just one person. And then next day you will be able to do the next, or you will just inspire someone else to pay it forward.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Mabaso, before we let you go, I mean, lately you've mentioned that you've been traveling through about 6 provinces in the time span of 1 week. But most recently, you visited Limpopo province alongside Usia Kolisi and his wife, Rachel Kolisi. What was that experience like, and how did the community respond to seeing Usia handing out food parcels?
Firstly, it was to see this man who, you know, is a superstar globally, who decided, I mean, he could have easily made a donation and we would have gone because we are the implementing partner. But he made the effort to drive, and that was like 7 hours. And then he got there and physically got involved in the packaging and hand delivering. And the reaction was amazing because people were like, wow, it's the first time that we see someone of your caliber who would reach out to us in this particular way. So not only that, but he drove 19 hours from Cape Town to Limpopo and Limpopo back to Cape Town. So the amount of dedication shows us that indeed he's not only the captain of the Springbok, but he is the captain of our nation. He showed us how it is to lead both from the field and outside the field of play. You can contribute by way of simply going onto our website, which is www.imbumbafoundation.org. You'll find all the ways of making the contribution or contacting us. And once again, we call upon corporates to get involved through their corporate social investment. As I mentioned, that we had the likes of Anglo Gold Ashanti, Old Mutual doing that, and they've contributed quite aggressively. That's why we are now sitting at over 25,000 food parcels, which was not initially our idea. Our idea was just hand wash soap, but they saw the need to go beyond that, and we are grateful for that.
And we are grateful for you and the work that you are putting in. Thank you so much, and may God bless you with your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Now, more than ever, South Africans need to come together to aid those who are in need because of the impact of COVID-19 is being felt by many in their pockets and also in their stomach. Now, Richard Mabasa also mentioned our people have continuously demonstrated the spirit of togetherness, and so we call upon them to once again help us to inspire hope. Richard, we thank you and the amazing work that you do.
Well, how beautiful is that story of togetherness? That's fantastic. Mbumba Foundation, they're doing amazing work.
Power of Ubuntu really coming through there. I love it.
Yes, and we love to see it. And we know that it's stories like that that help us see through the eyes of another person, to understand and to feel empathy for what they go through. Stories are how we learn, and that is why character stories for children are lockdown legends for the day. They're proving that they've got #GotGame by creating a series of keep creatives, or rather a series to keep creatives busy during this time and kids entertained during the lockdown. Take a look at this.
My name is Brett Fish Anderson. As we were about to enter into lockdown, there was just the idea that probably parents with young children are going to struggle the most. So I chatted to some of my improv friends about the possibility of creating some stories. And I think one of the main ideas going into it was this idea of an event. And so every day at 3 p.m. we drop a story. So the idea of something for the kids to look forward to, and a couple of moments every day where the parents can just switch off and almost have some external babysitters. Part of the motivation was also creating a space where, from an artist's side, we can be doing something to keep us active and also to give back to the community. The character that I'm playing at the moment is called Eric Wizake.
My character's name is Umakazi Nomabali, which means the aunt who tells stories. I think that as adults, we're able to process most of what is going on right now. But I imagine that children having been pulled out of school before the school holidays and having to be inside for so long is especially difficult for them. Although I'm finding that quite a few adults are also finding their inner child and enjoying the stories.
My character is a wonderful and wacky, off-the-wall character. Her name is Harriet. The creative community, the theatre community, the film community has been quite hard hit by these times.
We're still making our way through what this time means and what our work will look like on the other side.
Really, it's about what can I do with the little that I have. There's so many beautiful stories out there that need to be heard.
There are 25, 26 stories waiting to be discovered in different languages. We've had a number of opportunities for characters to actually WhatsApp, voice message kids and connect with them. Kids gave a number of suggestions, and every week in the show, as it gets made up, we let the audience be part of shaping the show.
Across social media, we've had responses of people saying thank you and asking when the next story is coming out.
I've been watching all of the shows. It's been cool to experience lovely stories, and I've been helping
He's been my filmmaker. We are really enjoying this project, and we are asking any storytellers of any language in South Africa to come forward and share their stories.
We invite you to come and join us at Character Stories for Children. We're available on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our YouTube channel, where stories drop every single day at 3 p.m, as well on Saturdays, where we have live storytelling at 10 a.m.
We'll see you super soon.
Just special, Tubbs.
You've got to love it. I think that I've been so overwhelmed during this lockdown with the amount of stories that come through of people doing so much good out there. And this is just so beautiful to see people who take their talent and use it for good, especially for the children who are going without entertainment and education otherwise during this time. And this is accessible to anyone, but it's also so entertaining, so beautiful work. Those are true legendary people out there.
Indeed. And I think not only are the kids going to love it, but I think the parents are. Just because
I was quite
the parents are going to look, they're going to have an opportunity to actually just relax for a little bit, and they know that the kids are entertained. So it's a dual-wielded sword, this one. So yeah, if you know someone spreading positivity in an unexpected way, nominate them and you could both win a 1,000 Rand game voucher. And to enter, all you have to do is tell us who your lockdown legend is and, of course, why. And use the hashtag #GotGame and tag Game Stores, and you could win. And, of course, the T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Do share all those beautiful stories. We'd like to connect in that way. Remember that Game has you covered with all the essential items that you need during this time. They include groceries, pet food, cleaning items, hand sanitizer, baby products, and stationery. This is for all your homeschooling needs, but of course, just in time for the cooler season as well. The list has expanded to include heaters. We're going to need those. So if you find any essential products at a cheaper price elsewhere, show them online or in store, and they'll beat that price by 10%. How amazing is that? They'll beat about 10% on the difference under their price beat promise.
It's fantastic. And of course, remember, they are open Monday to Friday from 9 o'clock till 5 p.m. and on Saturday, Sunday, and public holidays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
She's a radio and TV personality who's presented right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show in the past. And he's a DJ who's played at spots in LA, Athens, Beijing, and Mzansi. They're Bailey Schneider and DJ Socks, and they've been spending lockdown together with their sons, George and Alexandros. Now they're joining us via video call to catch up for our quarantine checkup. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Well, clearly not as good as you guys. Look at him. He is gorgeous.
Thank you. Thanks. And Alexandros?
Well, you're looking good too, DJ Socks. Take us through it. You guys are obviously at home now with a toddler and a little 5-month-old, Mr. Happy himself. What has life been like in lockdown with him?
It has been, in a word, chaotic, but at the same time, I am trying to look at the positive. I mean, they always say the greatest gift is the gift of time, and we've been given time to spend with our boys, not missing milestones, and really having that quality time as a family. So while it is chaotic, it's also been a huge blessing.
I'm going to do this test right now. Do you know the song, Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do-do? Blink twice if you know it.
Why? But why?
I can hear it. DJ Socks, also, I have a bone to pick with you. You're not allowed to force the kids to wear Manchester United bibs, okay? It's not a thing.
I agree with you. It's their choice. I have a video of George actually on the couch going, I was going, George, do you want to watch Spider-Man? No. I'm like, what do you want to watch? He goes, Manchester United. So I put songs of Man United on YouTube and he sings along to them. So it's his choice. It's a little bit of a push from me, but their choice.
Oh, I love it though. But how are you guys been keeping up and keeping yourself busy during this time, besides with those two beautiful kids of yours?
Yeah, I don't think we can keep ourselves any busier than having two kids in the house. But yeah, George and Alexandros keep us busy.
Yeah.
So after that, it's not much time for anything else apart from eating, cooking, and doing dishes.
Yeah, and laundry.
And laundry.
And I still have my radio show that I do in the mornings, so things are very, very busy.
Bailey, talking about the radio show, how does it feel like right now to be in a space where you're able still to provide light and a sense of, you know, entertainment in this space and with this dark times right now?
Yeah, it's been a very humbling experience because while it is a huge privilege to be an essential service, I realize more than ever that people are incredibly anxious. This is such an uncertain time, and radio in particular has always been that connection with people. We're a familiar voice to someone who is sitting at home in self-isolation, completely lonely, and so it's humbling to be able to be there for people, and just likewise, you know, sitting in a studio alone, sometimes thinking, hello, anybody listening? And you know that people are, but it's just great to have that connection and to know that we are all in this together.
Yes, and Mr. Happy agrees as well. What about for you?
What do you have to say, Alex?
What about for you, Socks? Because I know you have been shining your light by DJing from your balcony on Sundays. How did you even come up with this concept?
Now, the lockdown started. We've been in isolation for a while before that. The lockdown started on that Thursday at midnight. And by Saturday, Sunday, people were looking for some sort of human interaction. We're quite lucky that our block is like in a U shape and we get to see all our neighbors. So I thought, you know, everyone's doing streams from home, but it's quite boring watching a DJ just play from their bedroom. I thought, let me set up on the balcony, send a message to the guys in the complex saying, do you want to hear some music on a Sunday night? I'd say the last 18 years I've been playing at Cafe Caprice every Sunday night. So I thought, okay, well, let's carry on my Sundays, but to the complex. I thought I was just DJing for the 40 or 50 flats in the complex, and I was getting thousands of messages from people down the road who could hear it, from people listening in Beijing, in Barcelona, in San Francisco. We had someone listening from the Ukraine, Netherlands. So it's just a lot of messages of thank you. And that just made it happen on a weekly basis. They're going, please do it again and again and again. So here we are every Sunday from the balcony.
And no noise
such
complaints.
A universal language. And I mean, we might be social distancing, but I've never felt more connected with people. It's been an incredible experience.
DJ Socks, you know what my biggest dream is? To do that DJ Socks in the house. So, like at any point, if you need me to do a voiceover for you, will I be able to just have a young feature?
Okay, well, we'll have an audition with and George, but when we'll do a little mashup. A duet.
Okay, a deal. That is a deal. But for both of you guys, maybe what is your message of hope to Mzansi? Just, you know, in this dark and times where it's filled with so much anxiety and fear.
At the end of the day, there is so much uncertainty and it is very scary. So allow yourself to feel those emotions. I think it would be dangerous to suppress them, but it is about how you choose to look at things. And so find the light in the darkness. Find the quality time that you've been given with your family, connecting with friends in unique and creative ways through video chats. Just, you know, knowing that we're all in this together somehow makes us more connected, and we are going to get out of this stronger. I really believe that.
Yeah. I think my motto in life, in a lot of things, even when I'm playing like a bad gig or something like that, is this too shall pass. And that's so true for this. This too shall pass. When, we don't know. With how many casualties, we don't know. People are saying we're in the same boat together. We're not in the same boat together. We're in the same storm together. We're all in different boats. So I don't complain, because there are a lot of people in a lesser boat than us, dealing with the same conditions. So I've got a roof over my head. I've got a loving family. I've got food on my plate. And we're all in it together. And there's a lot of people worse off than us, or we have nothing to complain about. And we're just thinking of them and trying to help them as much as possible to make it through the storm.
I love that. Thank you so much for allowing us in your space this early. We absolutely love having you. You guys are family, and hopefully we'll be able to connect with you once this is all over.
Thank you so much for having us, and stay safe, guys.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, it's all love in the Georgiades household, and we hope you out there, Mzansi, you're staying safe and staying home like them.
Well, a bit earlier on, we served you a nice slow-cooked shin chili, and now dessert is served. You're just in time. If you thought that banana bread was a great go-to recipe, then hey, we've got another classic to add onto your list, because Chef Clem has come up with an easy-peasy yogurt lemon loaf. It sounds delicious, and it is. It's light and fluffy and soaked in a tangy lemon syrup. Yes, and it's made with Woolies Ashe full cream plain yogurt. That's going to take it to a whole new level. Chef Clem.
It's not only easy to make, it's also friendly on your wallet, because the Ayrshire yogurt is on promo this week for Daily Difference.
Oh, really?
20% off any 2 that you buy. So I was like, what's an amazing way to use yogurt? And we've been using yogurt in so many creative ways.
It's almost like Woolies is saying, you get a good deal, you get a good deal, you get a good deal.
Everybody gets a good deal. There's one person that screamed in the background. Can we get everyone screaming?
Yeah, 20% off. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get straight into it. Lemons obviously are a key ingredient in this.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a really easy recipe to make. Essentially, everything you see in front of me makes not only the loaf, it makes the drizzle, and it makes the syrup that it soaks into.
Ooh, nice.
It's super easy to make, so let's get started immediately.
All right.
What's a cooking segment without a tip? Okay, I got a tip for you today.
Yeah. I need 3 tips, please.
You need 3 tips. I got 3 eggs. So it's about the...
An egg.
I'm gonna try. Okay, cool. So when you're baking, right, it's very important that you don't crack your eggs straight into your bowl that you're actually mixing in.
Because you don't want the shells in there.
Hey! Because you don't want the shells in there. If you do get a bit of shell in there, it's going to be so difficult for you to dig it out.
Yes.
So my tip, always crack it into a little bowl first, just like that. And you can also inspect your egg. Make sure it's fresh. Yeah, make sure your egg is fresh. Don't have a rotten egg.
No, please, no one wants that.
No, not at all.
Not even the oven's gonna sort that out.
No. And it's always free range, eh? Always free range.
We love that.
So another tip number 2, always make sure when you're baking your ingredients are at the same temperature. Okay. And the reason for that is it makes a better, smoother batter. If you've got cold eggs, it's not going to mix that well with your yogurt or anything else you're mixing. So get everything at the same temperature.
Temperature, basically.
That's exactly what you need to do.
Got you.
Okay, cool. To this, vanilla and lemons are best friends. Oh. So people don't use a lot of vanilla when they're cooking with lemons.
That's vanilla essence.
This is vanilla extract, and I missed a bit. But it's fine. Okay, cool. Then I got my Ayrshire yogurt. That's going in there. So delicious. Again, this is
Look at Ryland Gutle there, just sitting,
we are there.
patiently waiting to cut into it. Look at Ryle, he's got his mouth wide open the whole time you're going through the ingredients. Oh, you gotta love it.
It's amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yogurt went in there, and like I said, I used the plain. You could totally use like one of the other variants, like even the lemon curd flavored one. Just extra lemon in here. That would be amazing. That would be delicious.
You can actually do that.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? Absolutely.
I like that.
So lemon flavor is going to come from the zest. So what you're going to do is you're going to get that zest off there, which is just the yellow part of the outside of the lemon.
What if your lemon's green?
Then it's not ripe yet.
Oh, but that's, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a lime. Hey, you can make a lime loaf, why not? But as soon as you get to the white part of the lemon, that's called the pith.
Okay. Do you stop at the pith?
Stop at the pith.
Okay.
Because the pith is bitter. Why was I almost going to lisp about the pith? Okay. The pith. So the pith is very bitter. You don't want that in your cake. So get as much of that yellow off, just like that.
Yeah.
And that's going to give you such intense flavor.
Yeah.
The lemon's got flavor in the skin on the outside, in the zest, and in the inside, which is its juice. But all those oils are sitting inside the zest. And you want that.
That's where you want it all coming out of. Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Okay, super easy. What I still need to add to this? Some sugar, because, I mean, you got to add that sweetness in there.
I can smell that lemony, lemony vibe coming through.
It's so good. And what I really love about this, just like our stew, our chili we made earlier, which gets better the next day, this loaf tastes insane the next day, or the 2 days after making it. Oh. Because you add that lemon syrup to it, which we're going to make in a bit.
That's if you can manage to get it lusting in the fridge that long. That's the thing about this, is that it's not going to last very long in the fridge, I can tell you that.
It's not going to.
Can you substitute the sugar with like a sweetener for all the aunties and people who just are wanting to stay off sugar?
So you can totally use stevia.
Oh.
You could use another, it's still a sweetener, but a different one is agave syrup. You could use honey.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Honey's a good one.
So, but yeah, stevia works just as well. So I'm adding that to my self-raising flour along with my butter. Butter's gonna give it that richness on the outside. It's gonna make it golden brown. It's gonna make it so rich, which is exactly what you want.
Yes, buttercream.
You can see that color on the outside of that loaf that you got there.
Yes.
And I think that's exactly from that sugar and that butter.
Adds so much, actually, so much character and so much personality to the loaf.
You're talking
as
about
well, the
meat
color.
or the...
Well, you already make the loaf.
Thank
but,
you.
Know, now I'm talking about the drip.
The drip. Okay, cool.
Mix it all together.
I did not use any electric appliance to put this together. I did it all by hand. That's how easy this batter comes together.
That's great.
So all we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop this into our greased loaf tin.
Greased because you don't want it to stick to it.
I mean, it's the saddest thing in the world when you spend so much effort making something and then it goes and gets stuck in your loaf tin.
Yes.
I will cry, and I'm not afraid to say I will cry.
I don't want you to cry.
Big man tears when my loaf tin gets stuck inside the thing. Okay, oven, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You take a cake tester, pop it in there, take it out. As soon as the cake tester comes out clean, you're done.
How do you test the cake?
I normally use a skewer. I'm gonna be honest. When I'm at home, I've got a cake tester, but everywhere else, a little skewer, a fine skewer, and you just pop it into the cake.
Okay.
Pull it out. If it comes out without any bits of cake batter on it,
then you're good to go.
You're good to go. Now that's syrup.
Cool.
So you know what I did? I added extra sugar to my batter. The sugar that I actually did for my syrup, I used.
Oh,
now it's
nice. That's clever.
No, it's not. I made a mistake.
Oh, I thought that was actually quite genius.
No.
Okay,
not
how
at
do you
all.
then recover from that mistake?
I can recover, absolutely. Watch this. Tell the people something interesting. Quickly, go. Tell them.
Okay, well, during this time, Chef Clem has made a mistake and now he's trying to...
I got more sugar.
Doesn't take that much time
There
to
we go.
recover from it.
Sugar goes into a pot with a little bit with that extra lemon juice. That's going to be the syrup that we make.
Yeah.
Once you basically put this over medium heat, and once all that sugar dissolves, that's your syrup done. Mix.
Yes.
I got some seeds in there. I should have used lemon golds because it got no seeds. You know that.
Okay.
Right. So that comes out of the oven.
Yes, after 30 to 40 minutes.
I drizzle the sauce over so it seeps into the loaf.
Okay.
Super moist, super delicious, super tangy.
Wow.
Then I made a drizzle, some icing sugar, some zest, some lemon juice.
Then you go over that loaf with it. Look at that. This is just the sight of goodness coming through. Ooh, Chef Clem, dessert is served. If
From
you
a
want...
distance.
And it's done. Woohoo! And the crowd applauds.
And the crowd applauds.
That's what I'm talking about. If you want this recipe, go onto our website, www.expressoshow.com. It's loaded there, made with lots and lots of love, and everyone's going to enjoy taking this home because I know that Ryle, for example, doesn't miss an opportunity to bring a takeaway scaffteen with him. He's already got it in his car. I'm sure this is going to be so yum.
It's going to be so...
Chef Clem, you are a rock star. Thank you so much for that.
For Facebook Live. We're going to make this into cupcakes. Don't miss it. Facebook Live.
Stunning. That's so cool. All right, let me store this for everyone.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are live and we are unfortunately about to end it off.
Fortunately.
But obviously, as we end off the show with some words of wisdom, we'd like you to meet Amit Ray, who is an Indian scientist with his PhD in artificial intelligence and computational neuroscience. From his early childhood, however, he undertook intense practices in meditation and has dedicated his life to spirituality and its teachings through his books. He is an enlightened spiritual master in the Himalayan yoga and Vipassana traditions and shared the following words about uncertainty.
In every crisis, confusion and doubt, take the higher path, the path of patience, alertness, courage, understandings and love. Fears and uncertainties are temporary. In the higher path, the light of happiness comes soon. Just like that. Very simple, straight to the point. And also, yeah, man, it's just words of wisdom that we can take with us to start off this brand new week. Amazing words there from Amit Ray. Now, don't forget to join us for our Facebook live stream right after the show. We've got more kitchen tips and home workout advice to share, so we'll see you online. But before we go, though, here's one more look at the incredible performance of 1,000 South Africans singing the national anthem together from home.
South Africa, I knew that you guys would pull through for us.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
South Africa, we did it. We got over.